Hello again everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to save money on potting soil and reuse all that old potting soil that you have left over in your garden from last year. But before we get into today's video, folks, if you wouldn't mind, if you're new here to the channel, please consider subscribing. For those of you that have subscribed, thank you so much for the support. If you guys are looking to support our farm any further, please check out the website links in the description below. Also, before we get the video started, I want to give a big shout out to Coast of Maine for providing a lot of the materials we're going to use today. Alright folks, so today we're going to be talking about how to reuse and save a lot of money on potting soil. So maybe this year gas prices are a little higher, inflation, you're looking to cut some corners, but you really don't have to cut corners in your garden, and you can slash the cost of what you put into it greatly by just reusing the potting soil from last year. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So first, you probably have a couple of potted plants looking like this. If you are kind of like me, you didn't really take them all down. So we're going to do that today. What we're going to do is we're going to take this out. This is an old dead pepper plant. And we're going to just rip the roots right out of it. You're going to shake some of that soil out, and we're going to put it off to the side. So then you just have a huge pot of soil. Now, there are several ways to recharge and reuse this potting soil, and it can be as basic as just getting an all-purpose plant food. Coast of Maine Stonington blend is an all-purpose plant food. It's a 524, and this bag alone could probably recharge about 5 to 7 bags of potting soil. Now, it could do more, it could do a little less depending on the size of those bags of potting soil, but overall you can just buy this one bag and recharge that many bags. The average cost for a bag of potting soil is anywhere between $10 to $20, and it can even range up past $30. This bag probably costs, depending on wherever you are, could cost anywhere between $17 and $20. So think about how much cost savings that is if this recharges 7 bags. You're pretty much getting 4 to 5 bags for free when you buy this. Now, the cool thing about recharging your soil is you can really gear it towards what you're growing. Again, if you want to keep it basic, start with an all-purpose, end with an all-purpose. But let's say you're growing tomatoes this year. One thing tomatoes love, and what a lot of soils lack, is calcium. You can put that right into the soil as you're recharging it. So here we have some buds and blooms high in calcium. Tomatoes love calcium, and you can gear your soil towards the tomatoes. You can also get some compost and get some worm castings to really revitalize it and really add more to the soil. So here we have some worm castings from Coast of Maine. You can go ahead and purchase this and throw it into that. You can also get some compost. We have a bag of compost, the lobster compost. And if you really want, you can get a bag of potting soil to add to all your old potting soil. There's so many different ways to recharge it. So today I'm going to walk you through the steps. We're going to recharge it here. I'm going to use the wheelbarrow, so let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and put some blue gloves on here. This is just so that I don't get dirt all over me as we're mixing the soil. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and dump this right in there. Now you'll have some decomposed roots, and today we're making this soil for potatoes. So if you guys didn't see them in the background, we're going to go ahead and plant potatoes. So we're making this soil specifically for potatoes. One thing potatoes do not like is calcium, so you will not be seeing much calcium being added. But here we go. So here's the Coast of Maine all-purpose plant food. Go ahead, get that right in there. Now what I like to do, especially for potatoes, is I like to add a micronutrient like kelp meal. This really helps the development of the plant, and you can go wild. Now this bag again goes for a little less than the Stonington plant food. I just like to add it, and again you can really make about 7 to 10 bags, you know, maybe a little less depending on how much you're mixing. So now that we get that in, we'll break up all the clumps, and you can see the potting soil that you purchased last year is starting to come back to life. It looks identical to what you had last year. And so what we're doing is we're mixing all that food into this old soil, and it will provide plenty of nutrients for it. Now if you're worried, again, if you're worried about any type of lack of nutrients, you can always buy a bag of compost and add that. So we're going to add just a little bit of compost here. Nothing crazy. Again, we're making this for potatoes, so we want to mix in some fresh compost. Look how awesome this soil is. It's nice and dark and rich, and it's going to be perfect for our potatoes. And again, we want to avoid calcium with the potatoes, but if this was a tomato blend, we would go ahead and add a lot of calcium. So that's really it. So now we're going to take our pot and we'll plant these potatoes before we close out the video so I can show you. You know what? Ditch that thing. We're going to just fill it up. So what I like to do with my potatoes is I like to put about 4 inches of soil at the bottom. Then I like to grab my seed potatoes. Look at that. I put the eyes up. And we'll put 4 in this. And we just cover them. And then we'll go water them. So folks, that is how you save money on potting soil. If you guys have any questions about today's video, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. If you guys want to see more videos like this, some cost saving tips on how to do this stuff, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. Also, if you guys need to get in touch with me, Facebook, Instagram, and email are all down there as well. And again, a huge shout out to Coast of Maine. I'll leave their link in the description below if you guys are looking for the products that were used today. But folks, that is it for today's video. I hope you all stay happy, healthy, and I will see you in another video.